Sixers with I thought was a growing up win yesterday, holding off the Raptors, 18 up, Raptors 13-3 run, cut the lead to 3, and the Sixers held them off. That's a game they lose about a month ago. They've lost that game to Toronto already. They already had Toronto down 18 and blew a game against them. That's a good veteran team that the Sixers figured out a way to win, Mark. And I thought that was kind of a growing up win for them yesterday afternoon.
I got to agree with you, man. You know, we talk a lot about the 76ers being young, and when is that switch going to hit, where they grow, where they become men, when they develop, when they become a unit. That was a good win. That was a staple win because they went through their normal peaks and valleys where they get up big, and then they go down and they lose the lead, which happened. But they were able to bounce back and fight through it and get stops when it counted and get some buckets when it counted. That was a good win for the Sixers.
Why is it that happens? Everybody just kind of laughs it off and takes for granted that, hey, you're going to make a run. There's an 18-point lead. How is it that, you know, I get it, they're both professional teams, but the team that has the 18-point lead, what happens to them that they allow that 18-point lead to evaporate?
You know, I think it becomes a mindset after a while. I truly believe that you start to develop. If you don't learn to win those games and put a stop to that madness where you let teams come back from 16 down, from 18 down in the third quarter, it becomes part of your DNA. And every time you play a game, people will see you and they will put on the board, this team will let you back in the game no matter what the lead is. And then as a unit, you just become mentally challenged by that because you go through these games, you knowing like, yeah, we got a big lead, but we're probably going to lose that lead. So, you know, I think the 76ers have to go through a spell where they stop allowing teams to get these runs. And I know it's easier said than done, but I really believe if they can get that in their DNA where it's not becoming a habit, then they can develop that. But until then, you know, it's going to become part of their DNA, and it can be ingrained in them as a team, as a coaching staff, and that's something you don't want because once you get in a habit where those negativities start to affect you every single game, it can bother you throughout the season.
Yeah, Mark, I thought the way that they handled it yesterday, which was, hey, let's go to Embiid, and Embiid finally got himself fouled, and, you know, late in the game, what do you have, 34 points, 11 rebounds, but he's the guy that needs to end those 13-0 runs. He's the guy they need to go to slow the momentum of some of these games down.
I agree, man. You know, okay, so here's my thing. You know, I had a conversation with someone yesterday, a scout at the Sixers game, and we was talking about how they're trying to everybody's trying to wean out the big guy, wean out the low post presence. I said, not if they had Joel Embiid, they wouldn't. They wouldn't do that. So what a lot of these teams do, they're trying to spread the floor, pick and roll, shoot the three. You know, now the game is being taken over by analytic guys. And I'm not saying there's nothing good or bad with that. I disagree with it, and that's me being a former player. You look at many staffs, they got more analytic guys than they got basketball guys. And with that being said, one thing you have to understand, those coaches or those teams are doing that. Well, they don't have a Joel Embiid. They don't have an Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins. Even though those guys score from outside too, but they make their living, they earn a paycheck in the paint. So when you don't have a low post presence, yeah, you can shoot a lot of threes. You can also dive by the three. So what these teams do is they got three things. If they have a low post presence, they have a slasher who can get to the rim and stop a run and get fouled. Or they have an aggressive bulldog underneath to get offensive rebounds. You have to have one of those three in order to be successful in the NBA. You just truly do.
Marc Jackson, NBC Sports Philadelphia Sixers pre- and post-game. J.J. Redick went down with the leg contusion, but how about the game that McConnell pulled out yesterday? And you wonder if seeing him do that makes Brett Brown have to figure out more ways to get him involved.
You know what? I don't think so. As far as TJ is just a go-getter. TJ is going to – you don't run plays for TJ. He starts the fast break. He's a great facilitator of the ball, but now that he has a canny ability to score in the mid-range area, to push the tempo, patrol the paint, that prior dribble, and get some buckets. You know, as coach, you just got to let him play. let him give you what he gives you on each given night, which you know you're going to get defense from. You know you're going to get aggression. You know you're going to get a diehard attitude. You know, when he's giving you buckets, that's just an added plus because we both know the 76ers have showed spells where they can go through the season and go spells for a point in 6 minutes or 4 minutes. So TJ giving bitten buckets and during that time, even when his number's not called, but find a way to score, it helps this team not go through them strides when they're sitting around and no one's scoring when Joel is not on the floor.
Yeah, 18 points on 8 of 13, 6 boards, 8 assists. He hit a 3, had a block, 32 minutes yesterday. And, you know, he's one of them guys that, you're right, has that little, gets in the middle of the paint and kind of does that little fade back, or he'll even get so deep where he's under the basket and just keep bringing himself out to where people think he's going to bring it back out to the arc, and he just kind of stops right there in the middle, left of the lane, right of the lane, and hits those little jumpers. It's an element that the Sixers don't really have. They don't have that player, and that's the guy that Fultz, I guess they were counting on kind of being.
Yes, you hit it. You hit the number right on the head. That's what Fultz was looking to be. He's looking to be that mid-range, that guy that can push the tempo, get to the rim, get fouled, do little things. You know, they had him penciled in as that guy. And we all know because of his injury, he has not been able to get into that. So TJ has stepped into the role as of last game. Hopefully he can continue that because hearing the news from Brett Brown and is not looking like Markelle's going to be back anytime soon. So with that being said, you know, they need someone that can give them buckets off the bench. And, you know, if TJ can give them 14 to 6, not even 18, if he can give them 12 to 14 consistently, that's what the Sixers need to not go through them dry spells.
The Fultz thing is kind of bizarre, and it looked like it was turning in a positive direction, Mark. He was traveling with the team. He was practicing. But some of the video just doesn't look good, and I'm starting to get a negative vibe now and starting to feel that knowing the Sixers and the way they've handled some of these injuries, we might not see him all year. Are you feeling that way as well?
You know, Mike, to be honest with you, I really expected this not to be a Joel Embiid, this not to be Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. I really expected them not to try to sit him off for the year. But when it's disturbing. I'm going to say the video is disturbing. And I'm surprised they let the cameras in there when he's playing one-on-one. And they're doing this. To me, it's sort of like they want people to see that they're not pulling out legs. You know, because
right.
When I watch
this is why we're not playing him. He can't shoot.
I really believe that. And that's no disrespect to Brett Brown and the 76ers GMs, but that's what it looked like. If I'm dumb, I'm saying, first of all, I'm not going to put that video out there because I don't want. The kid is young. He's already dealing with concerns of having motivation, not motivation, but having the will. You know, the mindset like, oh, I'm good. When you watch him in them videos, even though the camera's on the other side of the court, you can see when he misses shot, he puts his head down and he's down in the dump. And I don't know if people can see that, but pay closer to that when he missed a shot, how his head goes down, he's sulking. I mean, I don't think they're doing him any favors by letting the cameras capture that. I really don't.
Yeah, I agree with you that I'm a little surprised. Now, I don't know that – I mean, the camera's not specifically on him in some of these. He just happens to be in the background for some of these. So maybe it's a oversight, but whatever it is, it's on camera, and it does not look very good for Markelle.
I disagree. I think purposely – that camera's on him. I don't care what's before you see that. That camera is on him playing one-on-one with Justin Anderson one-on-one. It's on him specifically. It's not nothing. You could dark out anything around it. That camera is on him. And I don't think they're doing the kid any favors. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors with Brett Brown saying the kid got to hit a shot before he can play. But respectfully, has Ben Simmons hit a jump shot all year?
Right.
I mean, so you're calling the kid out now. So now I'm as a former player, I'm quite sure if I'm Markelle Fultz, hearing Brett Brown say that, I'm quite sure Markelle's like, well, man, really? Well, when has Ben hit a jump shot?
Right.
And you can say, oh, they're different positions. No, they're not. Ben Simmons is a point guard. He's a shooting guard.
Hey,
so so it's kind of like they're ruffling feathers. Maybe they trying to give him some tough love to maybe hype him up or psych him up. I don't know, but I'm curious to see what's going on.
Well, I saw Legler this morning, I guess, say that he thinks Fultz might need a sports psychologist. Do you think this has gotten mental for Markelle?
You know what? I think, is it mental? I think where Brett Brown made the statement 2 months ago, or the statements that they tried to fix something that wasn't broke and he's feeling discomfort. I really think that, and then for Brett to say, oh, he has to hit a shot before he can play, I truly believe it's all on him. They put everything on him. They're saying he's fine, but he has to hit a shot. So to me, when I'm hearing these things, I think they're saying something's up with him mentally. But when I see the shot, when I see the background of him playing one-on-one, I see a hitch in the shot that was not there a year ago, that wasn't there 6 months ago. I see it, and it's bright as day. So I don't know what has happened. It's something definitely there. First, you say a month ago he's back. His rehab, his rehabilitation is over. He's good to go. There's no more pain. Now all of a sudden you say, well, he has to hit a shot. Well, which is it? He has pain, or he has to hit a shot to play? So are we judging people differently? I mean, so let's be honest. Which one is it? That's what I'm curious to know.
Ben Simmons, 12 points, 5 of 10, 4 assists, 1 rebound. He seems like I don't know, the impact hasn't been quite as big as it was earlier in the season. Teams figuring him out. Why do you think Ben has not made as big of an impact recently?
Well, you know what? When I'm at the games, to be honest, when I'm watching the games, he seems to – I think he takes what teams give him. I think teams give him a different look. I really believe wholeheartedly that when they literally try to put a traditional point guard on him, he feels disrespected, and he plays really aggressive when they have a typical point guard on him. If you see when they have a bigger defender on him, then he kind of respects that person a little more. So I think Ben is being aggressive when the opportunity presents itself. I really believe when they have a small traditional point guard on him, he's being aggressive. So I think first offensively, I really believe that he's just taking what's given to him. And if they have a bigger player on me, that will facilitate it. If they have a small traditional point guard on me, I'm going to go to work. But I think his numbers, even though respectfully, I didn't truly believe that he would be averaging an 18 and 8 and 8 the entire season. I thought he would roughly settle in around 13 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. That's what I truly thought. I called that right before preseason. I'm going to stick with that. His numbers was high at first, but I think teams are seeing what he delivers and are making adjustments.
All right, 40 games in. The Sixers are 20-20, about halfway through the season. They play Thursday night. Listen to the game right here on 97.3 ESPN. Marc Jackson, Sixers pre- and post-game live, who, by the way, right now in the Sports Bash Awards, favorite NBA guest, he is tied for the lead with Tim Legler. The two of them are neck and neck for your favorite Sports Bash NBA guest. So get on and vote for Marc right now. All right, Marc, happy birthday to you, pal.
Thank you very much, man. You have a great day.